can I love God, I find it very hard to commit to him and then therefore get salvation, meaning that, like, why even follow him when I can't even love him?
When you say love him, what do you mean by that? Are you talking about feelings? Get a
Yeah.
little closer to the mic if you could, Jason.
Yes. I guess I'm saying that, as well as, I mean, that is a relationship, and also wanting to do the things that Jesus wants to do. And I'm looking at it more as like, oh, if you volunteer, that's just a work. That's not really a connection. And I guess my question is, like, it's like, how do you love your job? You know, like, that's...
Well, Jesus says to love God in spirit and in truth, but he doesn't talk much about feelings. Look, I'm not a real feeling-oriented person myself, so I don't have many warm fuzzies, if you will, about this kind of thing. But I think one way you can do it is to meditate on what Christ actually did for you and for everybody by literally going to the cross and taking all that punishment on himself. I don't know, have you ever seen the movie The Passion?
Yes.
Okay, did that move you emotionally at all?
Back in the day.
Back in the day. You may want to revisit that, but even if you're not moved emotionally, you can love people by making a decision, and you can love God by making a decision to follow him, even when you don't feel like it. In fact, love is not a feeling. Love is a decision to seek what's best for the other person. And when it comes to God, love is honoring God because he is worthy of honor. And when we honor God, we actually benefit from it. I know this is going to sound like an odd thought, but do you realize that you can't add to God by loving him and you can't subtract from him by hating him? He's an infinite being. We're the ones that get the benefit of loving him and the detriment of hating him. So it might behoove you to, if you want to generate more thoughts and feelings about what God has done for you, to go to the Psalms, to read the accounts of Jesus, and to also maybe look at the Passion as well. But don't be concerned that feelings don't flutter up in you all the time, because that's not really what love is. And it's not love when it comes to humanity either. When you stand before the marriage altar and you pledge to the other person that you're going to love that other person till death do you part, you're not pledging that you're going to feel a certain way for the next 50 years. You can't do that. It'd be like saying, well, I'll never be angry again, I'll never be hungry again, I'll never be agitated again. You can't promise feelings. All you can promise is action. That's all you can do. And if feelings were required for love, how could you love your enemies? You don't have positive feelings for your enemies. So I understand where you're coming from, Jason, because there are times when I'm like, yeah, I don't have the feelings either. But when you don't have the feelings, you still persist by seeking to follow God, even when the feelings aren't there.